To meet Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr in the booth. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Steve Novak is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Favors, and it's Hayward, and it's Exum in the point. Pass to Novak. From downtown, that's good. Novak's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Enes Kanter, originally from Turkey, some real promise offensively. Scores well on that left block, and does a nice job on the offensive boards as well. At times he's even shown the ability to step out and space the floor. It'll be interesting to see how his game develops.
The Jazz working the ball around now. And Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. About a minute played so far here in the first. Hayward passes to Kanter. Another shot. Can't capitalize inside. And Kanter not a big leaper or shot blocker, but his strength serves him well defensively.
Yeah, he's a good post defender, Kevin, because of those attributes. He holds his ground and has the length to bother and challenge shots.
Here's Bass. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Brandon Bass now in his 10th season out of LSU. Pick and pop, power forward. A mid-range shot is a strength of his game, and he's really improved defensively the last couple of years as well.
And Bass is much more of an offensive-minded big man. At 6'8", he's not a big-time defender or rebounder. His job really is to space the floor and put points on the board.
The Jazz have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Poked loose. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Shot denied. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
15 seconds on the shot. 15.
Outside Turner. Bradley kicks to Bass. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. And Brandon Bass earning the nickname No Pass Bass. This is team more career turnovers than assists.
Yeah, but that's his role, Kevin. You know, when he's open, knock it down. And what I like about Bass is that he has improved his defense considerably. The last couple of years with Doc Rivers in Boston, that was something that Doc really emphasized. Enes Kanter was the 3rd overall pick back in 2011, drafted out of Kentucky, where he actually never played a game there due to ineligibility. But he was a bit of a gamble because of that. I'm not sure he's completely delivered on those lofty expectations yet.
Turner dishes to Bradley. And the rejection by Favors. In transition, here come the Jazz. Rebounded by Smart.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And he gets it to go.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Hayward kicks to Novak. No good there off the double clutch. The Celtics have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. So they take the lead.
Someone has to be willing to throw themselves in there, contest the layup.
Exum kicks to Hayward. There's the pass to Novak. The 19-foot shot makes a big height bounce and goes in. Novak's got 5 points so far.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Zeller, he's checked in for Bass. Crowder comes in for Sullinger. Young's checked in for Smart. And it's Thornton in for Brantley. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Turner. And he banks in the layup.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Kept alive. And stolen by Thornton. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
He kicks to Young. For Boston, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Celtics leading by 3. Thornton passes to Turner. Back to Thornton. Fires from deep. Millsap grabs the miss. And stolen by Zeller. A good close. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hands.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Gobert. Burke is out there with Chris Johnson. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Millsap in at the 3 slot.
Assist from
Count that one. Gobert's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Utah.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, thank you, Kevin. There are a lot of questions as to how Dante Exum will develop as a player. He has the skill to be a 2-guard, but grew up playing point guard. He would prefer the point, saying that's the position that has got me here. That's what I want to be going forward. We'll see if the coaches agree, Kevin.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Doris. Celtics making a switch here. Crowder's checked in.
Well, you know, head coach Brad Stevens of the Celtics is coaching a much different game in the pros than we see in college. I mean, a lot of differences. But if anybody can make that transition, I really think he's certainly the guy that could. He's bright. He's hard-working. He communicates well. He's innovative. Showed that innovativeness at the college level. So I think he's got all of the ingredients to become a college coach who is successful as an NBA coach.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Cantor checked in for Gobert. And it's Exum in for Trey Burke. And Coach Stevens, analytically minded. Butler had a full-time statistician as one of his assistants.
Yeah, very new school in his approach. You might expect that from such a young guy, still in his 30s. Of course, he also needs to connect with his players. And he's doing well. Despite the losses, the players really enjoyed playing for Stevens, and I think he's going to be an excellent coach.
Here's Smart. The shot no good. And Utah the other way now.
Celtics foul.
Hayward. Gordon Hayward with an unusual pattern dating back 6 years, back and forth. Great three-point shooting one season, and then Clark awful the next.
It's a bit puzzling, Kevin. You look at the numbers from 2009 to 2014. Up and down, up and down. Last season, around just 30%. I'm sure it's a coincidence, but it's a pretty rare one, no doubt. And I'm sure Gordon, with his work ethic, is going to try to smooth that good three-point shooting out and sustain it.
Exum dishes to Novak. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. They get it back.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And for Hayward, his role and responsibilities have steadily increased each season, but his scoring efficiency has steadily dropped in the opposite direction. Is he cut out for the role of primary scorer and shot creator? I think that's the question. The numbers to this point raise some doubts.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Bass. Young comes in for Avery Bradley. And it's Thornton in for Smart. Hayward kicks to Novak. Here's Cantor. Soft touch off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Jazz lead.
And for Hayward, asked to score in isolation much more last season. Definitely a challenge for him. He's a gifted ball handler and passer, really good all-around player. But he's been most effective scoring off the ball, whether cutting to the rim or filling the lane in transition.
Here's Favors. And that one's good. Favors has got 4 points in the quarter.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Now here's Exum. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Nice ball movement by Utah. That's good. Cantor's got the lead up to 8 now for the Jazz.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Scooped up. Feeds to Hayward. To the middle. Pushing their lead to double digits. Novak's got 7 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
This is part of the reason that they're down. They're really having trouble at the line.
Turner's checked in for Boston. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Gobert. And Evan Turner pulls it down. And a wide open look for Thornton. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Now Millsap. Burke kicks to Gobert. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Not the guy you want to see taking too many free throws. Last season, his numbers among the worst in the league.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. It's tipped. And so that's the end of the first half. Jazz lead by 7. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
Well, the Jazz are two young, talented big men in Derek Favors and Enes Kanter. The question has been, can they play together?
I think you've got to give it more time to see if, in fact, they can play together, because ideally they would be a formidable duo, particularly at the defensive end and on the glass. And you don't want to give up on that possibility at this point in time. In today's NBA, you got to have some spacing to be effective, so you've got to add some shooting if those two guys are going to be effective together.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Celtics. Smart and Bradley the guards. Evan Turner is out here with Jared Sullivan. And it's Bass in the center position.
And guys, Enes Kanter, coming into the NBA as a player who can score inside and out. He's still looking for consistency in his jump shot. If he can hit the mid-range jumper consistently, that should help him and Favors share time on the court.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, Quinn Snyder this season taking over as head coach of the Utah Jazz. Snyder said the fit is terrific. He loves player development. Certainly a nice compliment to this young roster. Snyder's road in the coaching ranks has been a winding one, but he said the adversity he's faced has made him a better coach and a better person. Gentlemen.
His time has come, Doris. All the makings of a great coach. Thank you. Jazz leading by 5.
And for the Jazz, as last season wore on, more and more they started alternating Favors and Kanter to minimize their court time together. That wasn't the initial idea. They were actually hoping to be able to play those guys together, and I still think they've got to continue to try to pursue that goal. We'll see if they can mesh better on the court with the passing of time.
Celtics shooting 40% from the field.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
Well, we've seen these kind of plays get them going in the past, that's for sure.
And Utah again with the bucket.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Second personal foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Sullinger inside. He's against Kanter. Turner passes to Sullinger. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. Sullinger trying to break free. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Steve, Boston last year was a team looking to rebuild, but their offense was just horrid at times.
Yeah, near the bottom in scoring as well as shooting efficiency. They lost a lot of games because of those offensive struggles.
Kanter kicks to Hayward. The Jazz working the ball around now. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Here's Favors. No dice from 9 feet out.
And before this last season, you know, Boston had never been an explosive offensive team, but the defense had been what carried that team, and it allowed them to still succeed, although they weren't that powerful offensively.
Hayward dishes to Exum. Hayward can hit.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Plenty of space. That's good. Hayward's got 10 points.
Well, you only really notice a bad offense when it isn't concealed by a great defense. The Celtics look to address their scoring problems this offseason, so we'll see how those plans play out here this year.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Bass. Jay Crowder comes in for Jared Sullinger. Young's checked in for Smart. And it's Thornton in for Bradley.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Young. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. This is his second trip to the line in this one. Johnson sets the screen for Burke. Gobert the pass to Johnson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. There have been so many questions for the Boston Celtics the past 2 seasons. Who is going? Who's going to stay? Who should they build around? Tough to win with that.
Yeah, you got those kind of questions rolling around. It's hard to find your direction and stay on course. He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Well, he had that tight separation there on the mid-range jump shot. Really good job of taking advantage of that.
And that one's good. And the Jazz lead by 10.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
The Jazz have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Millsap kicks to Johnson. For Utah, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Utah was such a fixture in the playoffs for so many years, almost decades it seems, but recently they've not been that kind of a team, and the work is cut out for this franchise to get back to being a playoff team.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Burke kicks to Johnson. From the high post. The shot misses.
Ill-advised shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Celtics trail by 10. So on the floor for Utah. Trevor Booker is out there with Gobert. And it's Hayward. Then there's Burke. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass. And, of course, they've done a lot of good things here tonight. But the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes, and cashing in.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Sullinger comes in for Zeller. And it's Avery Bradley in for Marcus Thornton. Novak kicks to Exum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Smart. Rebounded by the Jazz. The dish to Exum. Novak, that's for two. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Jazz lead by 10. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Dante Exum is one of the highest drafted international players in history, despite being relatively unknown. Not many scouts had seen a lot of him in person, but big performances at the Hoop Summit and the FIBA Under-19 championships helped solidify his stock as a top prospect.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey guys, well Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And Dante Exum, since age 15, a member of the Australian senior men's basketball team, the youngest player to join the team in 30 years.
Yeah, you know, he's proven himself at a very high level, Kevin, based on that Australian senior men's national team experience. And, you know, just watching him play, you can see that he's already mastered the ability to slash. They definitely had the advantage inside. Another big grab a moment ago.
Favors, dishes, DeNova. Evan Turner pulls it in.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Here's Hayward. And Evan Turner pulls it down. Turner's got his third rebound on the night. Deflects the pass. Kicks it out to Bradley. Turner passes to Bradley. From deep. Offensive rebound.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess. Huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
And he knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Launches it. It's good, and the Jazz lose. Cut to just 5 on the basket from Turner. 1:24 left in the game. Hayward kicks to Novak. Pass to Hayward. Cantor's shot is off. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. A three-pointer off.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
This is DeNova. Takes the three.
And as they grab one there, I was going to make the point that they just haven't done enough in terms of rebounding the ball.
I agree.
Ill-advised dunk attempt there. He aimed for the highlight reel and ended up on the blooper reel.
Exum dishes DeNova.
They've got to score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste at all.
And Turner throws it down.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for him.
And that's an intentional foul. Utah's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And now we've got the intentional foul. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. So he comes up empty, missing both.
The perfect chance, an opportunity to wrap it up, and he couldn't take advantage. We'll see if he lives to regret it.
Right wing. Here's Hayward. Money!
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
It's Bradley on the wing. Here's Bass. Connects.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting than